Lily stared at the text until the screen went dark. Hey, can you take my opening shift tomorrow? Something came up. You're a lifesaver? 3 seconds. That's all it took. Her thumb moved before her brain could catch up. Of course, no worries. She had plans tomorrow, important plans. A doctor's appointment she'd rescheduled twice already. But now, at midnight, she was already rewriting her morning in her head. How she'd cancel the appointment, how she'd apologize to the receptionist, how she'd survive on 4 hours of sleep instead of 6. Again, this wasn't the first time, it was the 100th, the 1000th, a lifetime of yes that started long before she could remember saying no. Lily learned early that feelings were weather systems, unpredictable, dangerous, requiring constant monitoring. She could read her mother's mood from the sound of keys in the lock, the rhythm of footsteps in the hall, the particular way a cabinet door closed. When mom was happy, the house breathed. When mom was stressed, Lily became invisible, clearing dishes, entertaining her little brother, becoming so helpful that demands never needed to be made. The lesson settled deep. Keep people comfortable. Keep the peace. Your needs are the negotiable variable. By middle school, Lily was the friend who always adjusted. The group wanted Italian. She wanted Thai. She ate pasta and said it was her favorite. By high school, she was the student who took on extra group work, who covered shifts, who never made things difficult. Everyone loved Lily. Nobody knew Lily. Now, at 28, she had built a life out of accommodation. Good job, nice apartment, a calendar so packed with other people's priorities that she couldn't remember the last time she did something, anything, just because she wanted to. And every yes felt heavier than the last. The breaking point didn't look like a breakdown. It looked like a Tuesday. Lily was sitting in her cubicle, 3 projects past her capacity, when her manager dropped another folder on her desk. I know you're swamped, but you're the only one I trust with this. Clients specifically requested you. The old Lily would have smiled, would have found the extra hours, would have eaten lunch at her desk and stayed until 9 p.m. But something different happened. Lily didn't say yes, she didn't say no either. She just froze. For 3 full seconds, the office noise seemed to fade. She felt her heart hammering, not from stress, but from something else, something that felt almost like anger. I need to check my schedule, she heard herself say. Can I get back to you by end of day? Her manager blinked, paused. Sure, of course. Lily walked to the bathroom and locked the door. She didn't cry. She just stared at herself in the mirror, breathing hard, trying to recognize the woman looking back. When had no become a foreign language? When had her own schedule become something she needed permission to access? That 3-second pause in her cubicle. It was the first time in 20 years that Lily had felt the weight of her own life in her own hands. It terrified her. It also strangely felt like waking up. Lily didn't become a boundary-setting warrior overnight. That would be a different story, a fake one. Instead, she started with an experiment, one small no per week, just to see what would happen. Week 1, a coworker asked her to review a presentation. I can't today, Lily said. The coworker found someone else. The world kept spinning. Week 3, her sister assumed Lily would host Thanksgiving. I need to think about what I can realistically take on, Lily said. Her sister was surprised. Then, okay, let me know. Week 6, a friend texted last-minute dinner plans. Lily was already in pajamas, looking forward to solitude. She stared at the phone for 5 minutes. I'm staying in tonight. Rain check? The response came. No worries, next time. Lily waited for the guilt to crash over her. It came, but weaker than expected, and underneath it, something else. Relief. A quiet, humming relief that felt like oxygen. But not everyone adjusted easily. Her friend group had a rhythm, and Lily had always been the easy one, the flexible one. When she started declining plans, some friends adapted. Others seemed confused, almost annoyed. You've changed, one said, not kindly. You used to be fun. Lily felt the old panic rise, the urge to apologize, to explain, to promise she'd go back to being who they wanted. Instead, she said, I'm figuring out what works for me. I hope you can understand. The friend didn't text for 3 weeks. Lily grieved that friendship. She also noticed something. The friendships that remained felt different, deeper, like they were choosing her, not just using her. The hardest boundary wasn't with friends or coworkers. It was with family. Lily's mother had a way of asking for help that didn't sound like asking. I told your aunt you'd drive her to the airport Thursday. I signed you up to organize the reunion. You don't mind, right? You're so good at these things. Thursday, airport runs, reunion, planning, being so good at things that drained her dry. This time, it was a fundraiser. Her mother's passion project, suddenly Lily's responsibility. I need you to handle the silent auction. You're organized, you have the time. Mom, the word came out sharper than Lily intended. Both women froze. I don't have the time. I have things I need for myself. I can't keep being the default for everything. The silence stretched. Lily felt her childhood self screaming to take it back, to apologize, to become small and helpful again. Then her mother said quietly, I didn't realize you felt that way. Not anger, not manipulation, just surprise, and something that looked almost like respect. I've always been proud of how you help people. Her mother continued, I didn't know it was costing you. It wasn't a perfect conversation. Old patterns don't dissolve in one talk. But it was a crack in the wall, a glimpse of what honest connection might look like. Messy, uncomfortable, real. 6 months after that first text, the one that started at 11:47 p.m., Lily got another message. Hey, can you take my shift tomorrow? She didn't freeze this time. She felt the familiar tug, the old urge to be helpful, to be liked, to keep the peace, but she also felt something else, a quiet knowing, a boundary, finally visible, finally hers. I can't tomorrow. Good luck finding coverage. She set the phone down. No follow-up explanation, no elaborate apology, just the truth. The doctor's appointment went well. She had lunch with a friend who never made her feel guilty for having limits. She took a walk alone just because she wanted to. Nothing dramatic happened. The world didn't end. Her phone didn't explode with rejection. That night, Lily realized she wasn't exhausted. Not the deep, bone-weary exhaustion that had become her baseline. Just normal, tired. The kind that comes from living your own life. She thought about the girl who watched doorways, who learned to disappear, who said yes to survive. She hadn't failed that girl. She was finally protecting her. Lily still says yes, often, to things that matter, to people she loves, to opportunities that fill her up. But now, her yes has weight because it has choice behind it. Her no has power because it has truth inside it. The nervous system that once screamed danger at every boundary. It's learning a new language, slowly, imperfectly, but learning. If you recognize Lily's story, if you felt that familiar tightness, that automatic accommodation, that slow disappearance of self, the pause is where it starts. The breath before the answer, the moment where you ask, what do I actually need? That moment is yours. It always was.